Hey y'all, my lips ashy, hold on. There we go. Hey y'all, it's your girl Sunray coming at you guys with a very, very, very exciting prophetic word today. Okay, so God is saying praise him in advance. All right, so normally I listen to gospel on the way to work all the time, right? But today I was like, no, I want to play my Sunray Vibes PlayStation on Apple Music, and that's usually like R&B, like some rap music or whatever. Y'all, now I'm listening to the music, but where my mind was, you know, if you are in the same mind state that I was kind of this morning, where I'm just like, oh God, like, how am I gonna be able to do that? How am I, like, you know, where you're starting to lose faith on some things, and you're like, God, like, how is this going to pan out? Like, I'm worried how this situation is gonna pan out. You know, like those brief moments of thoughts that make you lose faith, because it's not even always like you have to go a whole day without thinking God's gonna work in your situation, but sometimes you just have thoughts, and those thoughts, they just take over, and all of a sudden you're like, dang it, is God really gonna come through for me on that? And I kid y'all not, Praise Him in Advance came by Marvin Sapp. That's my favorite song. It came on in the midst of my thoughts, when my thoughts were at its deepest, where I didn't even realize I was thinking that much about it. Sometimes that's what Satan does. He takes over your thoughts, and we allow him to, because we start talking to ourselves about it like, dang it, you know what, Satan, you right. Yeah, how God gonna get me out of this? But that song always reminds me that there was a time like this situation before. So some people that are watching this video, you may not know how you're going to be able to pay your bills. You may not know how your not even just financial situation, your relationship situation is going to turn out. You may be having difficulties with your kids. You may be having difficulties just in the workplace in general. You may not be knowing how that situation is going to turn out. Praise Him in advance is not just about receiving things. Praise Him in advance is knowing that God is going to work out your situation no matter what it is, because what man does is less powerful than God on his worst day. Did y'all hear what I said? What man does is less powerful than what God does on his worst day. And when I say his worst day, when God barely lifts a finger, everybody's situation to be taken care of. You know how somebody will be like, oh, she couldn't look better than me on her best day. You get what I'm saying? It's almost that same thing, where it's like God doesn't even have to do much to move in your situation, and all he tells us to have is a mustard seed of faith. If you have a mustard seed of faith, it'll be able to move mountains. So what is that mountain right now that you have in your life that you don't know how you're gonna climb it? You don't know how you're gonna go from the valley to the top. Let God take care of that situation for you. And how you let God take care of that situation? Praise Him in advance. Because why? Praise confuses the enemy. Repeat, praise confuses the enemy. So although you may not know how the situation is going to turn out, you know that it's going to always work out in your favor. Ain't that right? That's why I said this word is going to be a blessing to somebody, because it definitely was a blessing to me. It snapped my thoughts back into alignment. I'm like, what am I worried for? What am I worried for? And I pray that you guys also watch my Building Your Faith series, so then you know, like, what do you really do in moments when you start losing faith, you know? But I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later.